Welcome on into the Nontendo podcast.
How's it going?
Before I even introduce myself, Nathaniel Bandy,
Howdy.
thanks for being here.
Of course, still, thank you for the invite. Super excited to be here.
You drove like 3 hours to my basement.
I did.
Was it everything that you expected
Honestly,
it could be?
this room is pretty cool. Like,
Thanks.
before we started, I was just looking at all your stuff. I found that you have a copy of Wand of Gamelon.
Yeah, I
which
did.
is pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I didn't buy that. It was sent to me like 10 years ago.
Still, though, I mean,
And it's so sick.
good luck buying it now. They're like $300-$400.
Well, they sent both.
Oh, you have both of them?
I
Really?
can't find the other one.
Oh my
I don't
God.
know what happened to it. Anyway, my name is Wood. Today's episode 129 or something like that. Thanks for being here. Love you guys. All right. All right, now hopefully that's as much management of buttons and dials I'll have to do while you're here. Once again, not joined by Ham, who's on a sabbatical because he's sick now. He's got the flu.
Oh, no.
And I did not want to get sick. Well, he didn't want to come anyway, but I was sick twice last month. It was brutal.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people getting sick, like, recently.
I'm sick of getting sick.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Also, I saw on social media yesterday, someone was like, did you know COVID wasn't 2 years ago? It was 5 years ago.
I guess
that
it did
blew
start.
my brain.
That is pretty crazy.
I know.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I mean, time itself just feels, the older you get, the faster it feels. Like,
I know.
yeah.
I don't like it. Especially because now we're having a kid and they say they grow up so quickly.
Oh,
I
yeah,
feel
time
like,
is gonna.
I
just-
know.
it's
I feel like
gone.
now
It's
that we're
gone.
having a kid, I'm going to be 50 in no time.
Oh, 100%.
literally 50 in no
Yeah,
time.
I mean, I recently turned 30, and I already know 40 is gonna literally feel like 4 days.
We should stop depressing everybody at the start. This is Nathaniel. If you don't know who he is, and do you prefer Nathaniel? Nathan?
I mean, whatever
Nat-
you prefer. I mean, I guess honestly, just say Nathan. That'll be easier.
Nathan?
Yeah.
Well, don't cater to me. What do you like to be called?
I'm not picky. You can just say Nathan. That's totally fine.
What's your favorite thing to be called?
I want to
Come on.
I want to say a joke. No, I'll just say. Let's just go with Nathan.
Say your joke.
I was just gonna say Nathaniel B.
Nathaniel B. Oh, yeah, right. Because of the meme.
Of course, yeah.
Well, today you'll Nathaniel be my Valentine.
That's right.
Yeah, all these balloons. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. So, ironically, Kim is not sat with me today. Nathan is.
I
Which
took over.
I'm really excited to have you as my Valentine. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm stoked. I'm so glad.
Can't wait to kiss. No.
That's the bonus stream.
Yeah. Oh, the bonus episode. Kim's taking the day off. She's got to do her other job as well, but also she's been doing a lot of filling in lately, which I appreciate her for. And it's really tough for her. I was telling you when she sits here in these chairs right now because her belly is so big, and that
Yeah.
little guy is kicking her so much. She has to like really try not to be grunting the whole time, just in discomfort.
Yeah, I can't even
horrible.
imagine.
No, I can't either. I wish I could share the load. All right. Oh, we also have these. Fancy. Look, ready?
You do.
Look at that guy.
Ooh, that is fancy.
Yeah, Nathaniel is a new friend as of this week now.
The past hour.
The past hour. Doesn't live too far from here, so drove in. Really appreciate it so much.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen his channel, I think you guys would really like it, especially with the way my channel's been moving lately. I've always done a bunch of different styles of content, but lately I've really been leaning into these more longer, scripted, in front of a green screen with holding a microphone type videos.
Yeah,
And that's
I love
very
that
much
stuff.
your bread and butter and what you've been creating.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing scripted stuff for like 10 years. I've been full time for this is I think year 12 at this point, and it's pretty much always been like scripted stuff. I've went through so many different eras. I'm currently doing a lot of like really ambitious like challenge videos, like the marathon stuff.
Yeah, you got the long, like 2 hour long, brutal videos.
I mean, pretty much all my stuff now is like at least an hour long. It's all long stuff.
Oh God,
Yeah.
I look at that and I'm so jealous because it's what YouTube is pushing right now. Like every time I have a call with YouTube, do you call with YouTube?
Like once a month.
Yeah, I do
have
about
a
the
manager.
same. And he's always like, you got to do 2-3 hour long videos, man. That's what we're pushing right now. I'm like,
the thing is,
how?
It's hard. Like
It's
for me,
so
I
hard.
find that, at least for a lot of people that are making really long videos, you have to put together a bunch of games in one. It's really hard to talk about one game for like more than an hour. Like,
I know.
Most recently, I did talk about Mario and Luigi Brothership for like an hour 15.
Great game.
Yeah.
We can get into it. That's on the dock, actually.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
No, people think I like the sound of my own voice, and I do. It's not a bad one. But I cannot talk about anything for longer than 30 minutes without really feeling like... I think my Tears of the Kingdom review was an hour, and that was my longest.
I mean,
and
to be fair, that game, there's just so much to talk about.
There is
with
so
that
much.
game.
There's
Honestly, I finally played it last October. It took me like a month and a half to get through. And
to play it, to finish it?
I didn't even... I played it for like 110 hours, and I feel like I barely touched it.
Did you beat the boss? Did you get credit? Okay,
I did get to the credits,
You did good.
yeah.
You did good.
Yeah.
I did every quest and everything in that
100%.
game.
Yeah,
it took
I couldn't
so
do it.
I mean, I didn't
It's
like...
just too much.
I didn't do every like little Korok poop or whatever.
Oh, all the seeds.
Nah, who
Yeah.
I can't do that. That's out of control. All right, so... Well, before we move on, go check out his channel. I really do recommend it. You just did a whole breakdown on Mario Kart and your predictions for the new one. And I wanted to pick your brain on that. And that's what today's
absolutely.
about.
That sounds great.
So I want to go into some more Switch 2 type predictions with you. But if anything, focus even more on Mario Kart or even like other games. But I haven't really done anything Mario Kart prediction-y on the podcast or at all in my channels.
That kind of like used to be my bread and butter. You know, like 10 years ago, I actually did a prediction video on Mario Kart 9, and it just never happened. But now we finally have a new one coming. I'm like, you know what? Let's kind of make the same video again, but now we actually have 10 seconds of footage to work with. That's what I made the video off of. So it was really like all the comments were just like, oh, I remember watching this 10 years ago.
Mario Kart 9 predictions, and then it never happened.
It just never happened.
Who would have thought as well that we'd go through a whole Switch generation, a whole Nintendo generation, and not get a new Mario Kart?
I mean, Mario Kart Tour. I think Nintendo counts that technically as the 9th game, although I don't know anyone that actually wants to count that as the 9th game.
I mean, that would be my first thing is what do you think it's going to be called? Because I've said if it's numbered, it's 10.
Yeah, it has to be a 10. I could
like,
see like a different subtitle too.
Yeah, it could be a different subtitle. It could be X. I've seen people
it could
saying
be X.
Mario Kart
I think X would honestly be really, really cool.
X would be cool, but it can't be 9. 9's just not exciting. It's not like a nice big round exciting number.
I just don't see 9 happening.
Also, even if Tour's not 9, Home Circuit could be 9. I feel like there's been 2 Mario Karts since 8. I think you got to do away with the numbering. Or just skip to 10.
I mean, honestly, I just, also, I'm calling it 10, but I could definitely see just X or just literally anything else.
I think 10 as well makes a lot of sense to us.
Because we don't have any other frame of reference. We have no idea what the
I mean just
is.
Us as in like us Nintendo nerds. Where like 10 makes sense because of Home Tour. But you think about like the general person, they're being like, wait, what happened to 9? Yeah. And then they're going to have to get Home Tour explained to them. I think Nintendo are very much right now about like not confusing people with numbers.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll just do away with the numbers altogether.
They just want us to know 2. That's it.
2.
Twos.
Did you see on my theory in the last episode?
I did see that.
The May 22nd theory?
I could.
That's crazy.
The thing is, I love the idea of the theory. I just don't think Nintendo thinks that far ahead. As amazing as it would be,
but
I like the idea though. Like that would be really funny if it actually releases.
I'm riding so hard for it.
I could see a May release, May or June for Switch 2.
Yeah, that's true. Because then the Switch would have to come out before that. But I'm so down.
Yeah, I'm down.
All right, let's take a look at my sheet here. Unless there's anything that you want to talk about. Oh, how could I forget this? 48 days remain until the Nintendo Direct on April 2nd. And we were talking about this before we went live, but it's looking like we're not getting a February Direct.
Yeah. I mean, I think once they initially announced like the actual time for the April Direct, I was like, oh, okay, they're probably not even going to bother with the February. Because why would they promote the April one and then a week later be like, oh, don't forget about the February one?
I mean, I was more seeing it like the April one is like the console focused, and then we're gonna do a little maybe Direct Mini or a partner or something in February because we've had one every year for the last 6 years. But I mean, we're like halfway through the month now, and it's a short month because it's February, like what 28 days. So
they're already almost halfway through it. I mean, it's
definitely running out of time. It's possible.
It's possible, but I think the focus is just going to be Pokemon Day, which is the 27th. 27th.
And our good friend of the show, Nate the Hate. You know Nate the Hate?
Yes.
Great friend of the show. Love him. He's even said he has not heard of a Feb Direct. So he
yeah,
said,
I think we'll get some drops, a couple game drops,
Yeah.
like maybe a new Kirby. I could definitely see Planet Robobot. I know that's been rumored for a while.
Yeah.
Maybe a
You were
couple other
saying we
things.
could just get some Twitter drops, which they've done
Yeah.
before in lieu of like a direct time. Like there's been times where like we should get a direct around now, but instead Nintendo just tweet like 3 or 4 things out in the span of a day or two. And you're like,
I could see
that was
that.
the direct.
I think that seems a lot more likely because
Yeah.
I think they really just want to have some build up to April 2nd.
Yeah, I could see that as well. So yeah, I guess hopes are diminishing on a Feb Direct, and we really are just out of that Switch 1 era right now. Do you want me to pull up chat on this so you can see chat? Are you interested in that? I often ignore it.
I will honestly get distracted.
Okay.
I'll look at it like at the end.
You keep looking at it now.
Oh,
so
no,
I'm like,
it's
do you
just-
want something to look at?
Oh no, I'm staring at the monitor.
Okay.
No, you're good.
I was just making sure. Sometimes I don't like having chat because it'll distract me.
Yeah, it'll distract me too.
But
Yeah.
I do like reading it sometimes. Like Bone Factory, which is a great name by the way, says, I'm an insider. The name will be Mario Kart Electric Boogaloo.
There you go.
I saw Mario Kart Rainbow Road was a suggested title. Or Mario Kart.
I don't know.
No. If you could
Not
give
really
it
feeling
if you
that.
could give it a sub name,
I
Mario
would
Kart.
give it an X. I
Just
would give it an
X?
X. Yeah.
Alright.
See, I think if we saw more Nintendo characters in that little snippet, I think there's a chance that Mario Kart X would actually make sense, considering maybe it could be like a crossover with a bunch of Nintendo characters. But I don't really think that's going to happen because they didn't show
Yeah,
like
so-
Kirby or Captain Falcon or.
I
Link.
watched your video and you said that. You were like, they would have shown some of those characters if
I
that
feel
was
like
the case.
they probably would, unless they
I-
want to hide it. Maybe
That's
they're
the
hiding
thing.
it.
I feel like it could still be a Nintendo Kart situation where they introduce anyone from the Nintendo universe.
Yeah.
Just showing Mario Kart is enough for a reveal trailer. Just showing
Yeah.
Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they want to give away all the secrets right away. Can you imagine, like, how excited we all are already just knowing it's Mario Kart, and then they reveal more of it in the next direct, and there's like Kirby in a cart or something like that. That's a second
could-
wave.
It
Of
could
like,
definitely happen. Yeah, absolutely.
I was saying I kind of want it because especially now that Smash Brothers, we're probably not going to get one for a minute. Don't know how long it's going to be. And part of the early Switch cycle, how exciting that was Smash reveals in like Nintendo Directs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if we switch over to Mario Kart reveals? So
That
every
would be-
Nintendo
I mean-
Direct, we get a new Mario Kart character reveal.
Yeah, I think they kind of tried to do that with the Booster Course Pass, but it wasn't really that exciting because
That's
it's
not as
mostly just
exciting as,
retro
like-
tracks. But
As
yes,
like imagine a full cinematic with like Mario racing down a course, and then he gets like overtaken by like some like this black blur, and you're like, what is that? And then it like skids around and it's Cloud on his bike. You get like a moment like that.
that would be crazy.
It'd be sick.
Yeah, I think there definitely will be at least a few of them. I would just be surprising because I think Nintendo wanted us to take away something from that little snippet, and the main thing is just 24 players.
That was a big one, yeah.
So whether it is Nintendo characters, that's like the main gimmick, or it's just like a lot of skins, which is my theory because Mario Kart Tour had a ton of skins for all the Mario characters. So that could also be that could be part of it, but I mean, who knows?
You mentioned too that we could bring it up. Do you want me to bring up should I bring up the trailer? You mentioned,
Yeah, sure.
Let me bring up the trailer because there was something interesting that you mentioned that I didn't think about. Nintendo Switch 2 trailer. I wonder how many views this has now. Actually,
Yeah, I think it's 20 million at this point.
that's
Yeah.
crazy. I kind of
It
thought
is considering the first Switch trailer, I think got to like almost 40 million before they took it down.
yeah, they did take it down, didn't they? Why did they take it down?
I think because they didn't want people to get confused with the Switch OLED trailer.
Oh, okay. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I kind of thought because this hit like 13, 14 million pretty quickly after it. I thought it would have been higher by
Yeah.
now. I'm actually
Yeah, it's
surprised
kinda
it
stopped.
kind of slowed down a little bit, which disappoints me because I think the PlayStation 5 original trailer has like 44 million views or something. And
Wow.
I was kind of hoping, did I say 4 or 5?
You said 45.
For
4 to
PlayStation.
5.
For
I
PlayStation.
think you meant to say 40 or 50.
No, PlayStation 5, 44 million views.
Oh, yeah, 44.
That's what I was trying to say. I don't know
Yeah.
what I said.
It was close enough.
Close enough. Yeah, no, I was hoping this would. A little bit of bias, but I was hoping this would smoke it. All right, let's cut to here.
There's still time.
There is still time. I mean, yeah, it's not even out yet. I'm sure it'll get more views once it's out, and people.
Oh
are
yeah,
like, wait,
I
what's
think
the Switch to?
the first Switch trailer did not get that many views at first because people weren't
That makes sense.
really paying that much attention to Nintendo.
Yeah, that makes
but
sense.
then once the game started to come out after a few years, then I think it started to pick up more traction. So
It's crazy to think about, but there's probably a lot of people that don't even know about the Switch 2 at all.
probably
Like, they don't even know it's coming.
Yeah,
Like
probably.
the kind of people that will walk in a GameStop one day and be like, "Oh, finally!" Like it's on the shelf.
Yeah, dude, it was funny. So my dad asked me last year. He's like, "Has Nintendo made a new Switch yet?" I'm just like, "Nope." He said, "What's taking so long?" I'm like, "I don't know. I don't know what's taking them so long."
I have friends that ask me all the time. Like I have friends that I play games with in Discord, like Marvel Rivals, and they're just like they're wrestlers actually. But every time I get in there, they'll be like, "Is that Switch 2 out yet? You got any news on that Switch 2?" I'm the
Not
Google.
yet. Yeah.
Like, not yet. I'll let you know when they tell me. All right. So something you pointed out was this is a very big open straight road.
Massive.
It's massive.
It is massive.
To the point where it actually wouldn't be that fun to race.
That's the thing. That's why I don't think it's weird because we saw the title of this area, Mario Bros. Circuit, but also why is it 50 miles long?
Yeah.
It's way too big for it to be any
It
fun.
is really big.
It could technically be the very first track. It's getting things warmed up. That's very possible, but it just seems really weird. And then there is that really small rainbow item bag next to the little Yoshi restaurant, and that item bag really could be anything. It could just be a seasonal version of an item box. It could be a way to access a shop in some sort of adventure mode. It's really hard to say, but we've never seen anything like that in Mario Kart.
Yeah, it got my brain turning when you said all that, and it kind of made me think of, you remember that, what was that Horizon racing game on Xbox?
There was a racing game for Horizon?
No. It was, what is, oh my God, I can't believe I'm blanking on this. Xbox has a racing series, Forza.
Oh,
right?
yeah, Forza.
Forza
Yes.
Horizon.
Yes.
So I played that, and the actual game is in this big open world. And as you're driving around, there's other players in the world, and they'll be maybe driving to missions or to do quests or to do races, and you can team up with them or you can drag them and you can race them.
Exactly. That
And
is what
kinda
this
got me
could
thinking
be.
This, what if this is not obviously maybe the Mario Kart mode that we know and love that'll be baked in here where you do courses. Maybe there is this one really big open hub world or world that everybody can kind of load in and race around and go and do quests and pick up whatever this thing is here. And it's not all an immediate, you're on a race course.
Exactly. Yeah.
That could be really interesting and actually really fun.
I mean, because Mario Kart, it hasn't really evolved in a decade. It's been pretty much the same thing. Even Mario Kart 7 and 8 are very, very similar. The only difference being anti-gravity.
100%. I was going to say the biggest change is anti-gravity. And then
Which that even isn't
in Double
that
Dash,
big
we
of a
had
change.
two in the same cart.
Yeah.
But other than those two changes, it's been the same since Super Nintendo.
It's been very, very similar. So I feel like this would be a really good way to pull people in, is to have some sort of Forza-styled adventure mode, or even what I was saying in my video, just something like Diddy Kong Racing, where you just have a little condensed hub world, and you just drive around, complete little missions.
Well, also think about where Nintendo's head has been at with their main IPs and franchises recently, especially their long-lasting ones.
Exactly.
It's
A
been
lot of open
innovation and changing an open world. Zelda saw the biggest innovation in a video game that we've seen in a long time. Went on to inspire a lot of other developers. Mario Odyssey, I would say, was a pretty big change in a 3D platformer space. But then they refined it even more with Bowser's Fury, where they did it as this actual big open world Mario game where every level was part of the same world. And you can just walk over to it. It was
I
smaller
love
scale,
Bowser's Fury.
Bowser's Fury was awesome. In a lot of their games, they've been implementing innovation and trying to do more. There's been a lot of push for Nintendo with more players. We've seen Mario 35, Tetris 99, Mario Party Jamboree even had a mode that you play with
20 players.
20 players in one. And they're even beta testing, or they have been beta testing this MMORPG on the side, that super secret
Switch,
one.
the playtest thing.
Yeah,
Yep.
they've been really pushing for more players and innovation and expansions in games. So where do you go with Mario Kart with that? We've seen
you
the more
have,
players.
yeah, you have to have some sort of adventure mode.
I
don't
think, yeah.
I don't know exactly what it is, but I could see something similar to even Burnout Paradise. I could see it being very similar to that too.
Honestly, that really excites me. And then end of the day, as long as you still have, your set 8 cups with 4 courses each, adding levels to it as you go along, the retro levels that are remastered, as long as you have your
Yeah.
core Mario Kart there, I think it's really exciting to think that maybe when you load in initially, you load into a giant hub world. Maybe
so cool.
Maybe even like this little like item bag, if I can even find it.
It's really hard. It's like very, very tiny.
It is. Maybe that's like where you pull in to activate a minigame or to like load into the Mario Kart world.
It could be
I don't know.
to load a mission for something like that. Or, I mean, the more I think about it, the more I think, oh, maybe it's just like a shop. So like, if you want to unlock something,
it could
then,
just be a shop or something.
Yeah, because I mean, it is technically right next to what looks like a shop or a restaurant. So maybe that would make a little more sense. But it's definitely, it's not just, I don't think it's just an item box. There's no way.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you spend some like in-game currency that you've been collecting, or like the coins you pick up. Maybe you spend your coins there.
Yeah.
Oh, I want this so bad.
That would be. That's why I like the theory of having a bunch of like different skins from either pulled from Mario Kart Tour or brand new ones, because that's what you can spend your coins on, is to just get a bunch of skins for your favorite character in Mario Kart.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be amazing, honestly, because they have the power and the ability to have like 200 characters if you include all skins. Like, they can go crazy with this game if they really want to.
Yeah, I agree. Also, like, this Mario Kart traditionally has always been a game that you play with friends, and I feel like I very rarely pick this up unless I'm going to be playing with at least one friend, you know? I'm sure some people sit down there and race laps, especially if you want to get good, you know? But I could imagine a adventure single-player mode like this, something like the Forza Horizons, where you're going around finding random players online in the lobby and racing them. That would be something that I would just sit in bed and play on my own. So, I mean, it just gives you more people more reason to actually pick up and play this game, even if they're on their own, as opposed to relying on a couch game night.
It just looks like it'll be something that's finally different, something that's finally evolved. I almost wonder if this game was originally going to come out on the first Switch, because Nintendo's focus was so heavy on, like you said, like evolving and innovating with all their IPs. But because Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was selling so bad, or selling so great,
so bad, so
they're
terribly,
selling so awful.
All those millions of sales,
all 64 million or whatever. Well, since they were selling so well, they're probably just like, well, I guess we'll just push the game back until the next console.
Yeah, I think definitely that, but also I think at some point they started to think ahead and they were like, how do we launch the next console?
That's how you launch it. It's with that.
I think maybe even around the time they started putting out all the DLC tracks, I think maybe they realized at that point, we're not going to do another Mario Kart this generation. We're going to wait and launch one on the Switch 2.
Yeah.
But Mario Kart 1, or the Deluxe, sorry, is selling so well. How can we squeeze it? So let's support Deluxe with DLC tracks.
Which was really smart, because a lot of those, I don't know how many people noticed, but a lot of those tracks, actually most of them, were literally just from Mario Kart Tour.
Yeah.
So like Choco Mountain is an example. Most people be like, oh, cool, they redesigned it. But like, no, they redesigned it in Mario Kart Tour and then brought it over to Deluxe, which is really smart, because a lot of people did not keep up with Tour. So it looked like a bunch of the retro tracks got all these like interesting changes and stuff.
Yeah, that's really clever. Also, you know, they make a lot of money of the DLC, but like everyone has Mario Kart. Like, like
a lot of people have it.
Like 40% of people that own a Switch have Mario Kart.
Yeah.
So you're supporting the biggest game for people too, which is great for fans. Yeah, it was all very, very smart. Very smart. Oh my God, they're so smart.
They're just so clever.
They're so clever. They get us. No, that's really cool. Or it would be funny if, like, cut to 2 months from now, it turns out this is just a really wide Mario Kart track.
It very well could be.
Just a very big one.
Yeah, I was just like, in my video, I'm just like, this could just be insane copium, but like, come on. Like, though, it's just so weird that they like opened the camera up so much to show how big the area is.
I know.
Like, what level needs to be that large? It just doesn't
know.
really make sense unless it's something that isn't just a level. But we'll see, I guess.
I'm with you. I want it. I want it so bad.
I really want it to.
I mean,
really
if this
exciting.
is the level, it looks really boring in this one part.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just like one truck on the street, no items.
That's another thing. Why didn't they show any items?
I know. No item boxes, no coins.
You can see the bag, though.
But they wanted you to see that bag.
Exactly.
Thing.
Yep. I think this is very purposefully done.
This is very interesting. Yeah, I agree. All right, so we have the name Mario Kart X. We have the hub world. What else can we break down here? Mario Kart mission mode.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think there's two options. One, they take the Mario Kart DS route, where they just have basic missions, or the missions themselves are integrated into some sort of adventure mode. They really could go either or, but I really feel like they have to have missions to some extent. So I don't know if you knew this, they actually did weekly missions in Mario Kart Tour. They were releasing new ones. Well, not week. I think it was
so what kind of
bi-weekly.
missions are we talking? Like,
it was really basic stuff, like get like 20 coins in a race, or pull off a bunch of like mini turbos, hit someone with a green shot. It was like stuff like that, right? So they could definitely even just do that. Just have a basic mission mode, and then every week they release a little batch of brand new missions, just to have a little bit more to do and keep people hooked to it.
yeah, that makes sense. A lot of games do that now, like Marvel Rivals. Every time I sign in, they want me to use X character for X amount of hours, or get X amount of like kills or finishes or whatever.
I could definitely see Mario Kart doing something similar to that.
And yeah, if you're rewarded with like in-game currency to like spend on skins and stuff like that, like you were saying, definitely gives people incentive.
Oh yeah.
Really quickly, I wanted to show this. I put this logo into the thumbnail. I actually pulled this from Reddit. This is from This Could Be Me. I just wanted to give credit to the artist. For me,
it's pretty sleek.
They also did a 9. I don't like that 9 as much.
Yeah, it just looks
it's
too
a bit wonky,
too wide.
I think they tried to do like a track, but
yeah, it doesn't really work with just a 9.
The X is so much cooler.
Oh yeah,
Mario Kart
it's nice
X.
and clean.
It's also like, even the lettering font of Mario Kart, there's a lot of sharp points to it. Like if you look at the K, the X fits in with the logo and the font type so well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm feeling that. To deviate quickly, we can take a look at this. This was revealed.
Another racing game.
Yeah, yesterday at the State of Play. Sorry that the screen's a bit squiff. If I go full screen, what will that look like? Is that going to be
I think
horrible?
it'll look good.
All right, we're going to do that. This is Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, which is funny because we're talking about X cross.
They're just stealing the name.
I feel like they're getting ahead of it here.
Yeah.
Also, CrossWorlds, like Nintendo Kart crossing IPs. Are they getting ahead of the game?
Are they going to
here?
get Mario in this game?
I feel like they're getting ahead of the game here.
Yeah, this honestly looks really, really cool. So I played. Did you play Team Sonic Racing? It came out like 3 or 4 years ago.
So there was 2 of those, right?
There was the Transformed game.
Yeah.
That was like 10 years ago at this point. And then Team Sonic Racing was like 2019, I think.
I played 2 Sonic games. I definitely played Transformed.
Okay, yeah. Well, this basically, it's Transformed. It has the boards as well from the Sonic Rider series. It's got like Jet the Hawk. It has, I think, all 3 of the main characters from the Riders franchise. It has Sage from Sonic Frontiers. And then there's like this weird mechanic too. I think Eggman like used a ring, just like in the movies.
Really? That's kind of sick, actually.
He uses a ring, and basically you like go to a different level. It looks very, very ambitious compared to Team Sonic Racing. That game I thought it was kind of boring and forgettable. Oh, this is the part right here. Yeah.
Oops. Try.
Oh, there we go. Oh, Shadow does it. Okay, I thought it was Eggman.
So he used a ring. And
now he's just going to an entirely new level.
I guess they picked a new level too. Because they had 2 options, maybe?
Maybe you do pick 2 levels.
This is sick. Now. On PlayStation 5, this will work like a dream with the SSD. If this comes to Switch, there's going to be a load screen in between those 2.
The Switch 2 only. It's not going to work on Switch 1.
Sure. I mean, yeah, I guess Switch 2. I keep forgetting a new one's coming. I wonder how fast that switches SSD. Does it even have an SSD? Do we even know about that?
I don't know. I don't think it does.
I don't think I've heard that. Okay, well, that is cool now. We're in like a whole new level. Whoa, there's like a monster truck.
And there's the Rider. Did you ever play the Sonic Riders games on GameCube or Wii?
No, but that's sick.
They're so fun.
Okay, I do actually really like this idea of switching levels mid-range. That's actually a really cool idea.
And switching vehicles. It's a really interesting idea.
Yeah, that's actually really smart because like, where do you go from transforming to all types of vehicles? Transforming locations.
Stages, yeah.
Yeah, that's actually really smart.
I watched the footage over a couple times yesterday. I was trying to figure out if any of these levels come from any of the older games, and it looks like they're all original levels, but I can't tell because I haven't played a lot of Team Sonic Racing.
I wonder if like every course is a full course, like in entirety, but you can at any point switch to another one.
Maybe.
So that would be really unique. Like if you could play it in a way with no switching.
You could probably do both.
And
like,
then also play it with
like
switching.
a mode.
Because that would be
Yeah.
really cool. Because like what I'm saying is like if that first level, for example, you always have to switch at this point, so there's no more level after that,
Yeah.
that would kind of suck. But if you could switch back to this level at any point and finish it, that's awesome.
That would be really cool.
And that would also be
Yeah.
really cool in Mario Kart. If you could,
yeah, hey, maybe they're gonna do this in Mario Kart as well.
that
Who
would be
knows?
actually really cool if you could just switch between Mario Kart tracks midway.
Yeah.
Now, you know what would be awesome that would never happen?
Mm-hmm.
If a game like this exact game, had Twitch integration where Twitch chat can switch your level
Oh
to any
man.
level at any time.
That would be amazing.
That
Oh
would
my
be really
God.
cool. All right, yeah, I'm down for this. I wonder why
Oh
one
wait, there's a question. Oh, I guess
one
it's
must
random.
be random, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Do
Wow,
you pick
yeah.
between them? And if so, does that mean this one's
Maybe.
just a random level?
I wonder maybe if the person in first can like somehow pick which level to go to.
It seems that way. Well, it also seems like the person that throws the ring.
Oh, it could just be an item. Which
Yeah.
that's how does that? So
Maybe-
does it mean
maybe
only
there's a
one
random-
person can get the ring?
Maybe there's a random chance of getting it.
Maybe.
This is weird because he like picks up this like.
So
It's-
I like how
it's
they're driving up a dinosaur. That's,
that is
that's
cool.
pretty awesome.
He's like loading an item right there, and then he gets a monster truck.
wait, hold on. The item was oh, maybe that's
Yeah.
how you switch in this game.
Well, look, every item is like a little thing to begin with. I guess
Yeah.
that's like the random block, like counting down.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
That is actually really exciting.
It looks like I said, it looks a lot better than Team Sonic Racing. I mean, I played it once. Probably never gonna touch it again. It's just kind of boring.
I think it was transformed. I actually 100%ed that game. I got the 100% achievement on Xbox
Oh,
360 because I really liked it, and the achievement wasn't too hard to get. But I did actually really enjoy the Sonic Racing games. I think they are, at least whatever one it was that I got 100% on, was like my favorite racing game in the Mario Kart style that wasn't Mario Kart.
Dude, the first game I played on my Wii U, or the main one I played when I first got it, I played Sonic and All Stars Racing Transformed.
I think that's
That
the
was
one.
like that was all because
Yeah.
there was nothing else to play on that console.
Yeah,
for like
that's
the
true.
first couple of years.
Yeah. No, that's definitely true. Okay, so before, do you think we've talked Mario Kart out? Do you think there's anything else to theorize?
That was a good amount of. I mean, there's like a couple like basic things like items and stuff, but I can't think of anything like
Yeah.
too crazy. Oh, something I do think would be really cool is if you can have playlists now for Mario Kart tracks. So like,
Oh,
let's
yeah,
say
that'd be
you
sick.
like I don't know, you like a handful of 4 or 5, just making your own Grand Prix. I think that would be a really nice little feature
I
for
thought
them
you
to
meant
include.
music, like pick your own music for tracks.
Well, that would be cool too. How
That
about
would be
like
cool, too.
retro music for the retro tracks?
yeah, that
so
would
you
be
can
cool.
swap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, making your own custom tournaments is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That would be really sick. Yeah, I think with items, I don't really care. I'll play with whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever.
The only thing
But-
I would like is if every character had like a special, like their
Yeah, bring
special.
back special items.
Yeah, that'd be
now
really
Mario
cool.
Kart Tour did have special items.
Really?
So
I think
could
Sonic
happen.
Racing had them too. Every character had their own special. I'm pretty sure that they would do
Maybe.
a somewhat different thing. I think if
I don't remember. I haven't played a Sonic Racing game in years.
It would be cool. Like, I don't want to like just steal all the ideas from Smash Brothers, but like if Mario's special was a giant fireball, like Kamehameha down the lane.
Yeah, that'd be neat. Bring
what
back the Bowser shell.
Oh, Bowser could have a massive shell.
Yeah, from Double Dash.
yeah,
that'd
be
cool.
sick. What else could we do? Peach could like float, maybe like her cart like floats, so she could jump or like
Oh, like
if
an
there's a-
extended jump, maybe.
Yeah. So
That would
if
actually be
there's like
cool.
a section where maybe when you get some air, maybe you like extend the jump and you can skip like terrain that would slow you down.
Yeah, or even because
That'd be
you
cool.
can usually jump in the game. Maybe you just have a chance to jump and like hover in the air for a few seconds.
There's a
That
lot
would
of
be
things
neat.
they could do.
Yeah.
I would like to see that. That would be really cool. Because then also if they do like a Nintendo Kart thing, every time they introduce a new character, it'd be like, what's his like whole thing
That's-
gonna be?
Like the thing with if they do Nintendo Kart, like it's not just going to be characters. It's going to be tracks from all the franchises, and it's going to be items. It would be
let's
crazy.
be real here, my guy. We've already got that kind of.
Yeah, I mean,
They've
pretty
already
much.
dipped their toes in that water. With
Yeah.
the last Mario Kart, we had Zelda tracks, Animal Crossing tracks, and those characters in the game. Like we're already there. Why
Yeah,
would
are they going to keep pushing though? That's the question.
All of that was DC, right? DLC. None.
Yeah, technically on the Wii U is DLC.
So Yeah, so after Mario Kart 8, whenever they started adding in DLC, they were like, well, let's just add in some other characters and see how that flies. And everyone really liked it.
People loved it.
That was the start of it. It's going to be Nintendo Kart.
All right.
It's
we'll
going
see.
to be.
That would be, I mean,
because what are they going to do?
Against it.
Now they're not going to put Link and
No,
back
I don't.
in?
I think, no, they're going to still have all those characters. I just don't think the focus will be only
with you,
Nintendo.
by the way. I'm just
I'm
getting excited.
I know, yeah.
You know, I felt like you had to defend yourself.
Oh, no. No, not at all.
No, I think that was the start of it. I think it'd be weird if they don't put them back in, maybe. And then
I could see like basically every character from 8 Deluxe getting in.
Yeah.
Plus, they got to do way more. If they're going to be 24 racers, they're going to have a ton of characters.
And that's the other thing. If they're upping it to 24, they need more characters.
Yeah, they need a lot of characters.
Is it exciting to get like Beetlebup from Super Mario 2 level 6?
For someone, it is.
For someone, it is true. Or would it be more exciting to get Captain Falcon?
Yeah, I think Falcon's got to happen no matter what.
I know.
Whether it is Nintendo Kart or not, let's get Falcon. I mean,
they could also release a new F-Zero alongside like his introduction and like do a cross promotion thing.
Even just remaking GX, that'd be pretty amazing as well.
God, this generation of Switch is going to be so exciting because think of everything we got on this generation on the back of a failed console. Now we're going into Nintendo with their stocks at their highest, with all the wind at their sails. They've seen that innovation in their games work and have gone down well with players. We have nothing but money, time, creativity, and a new hardware to work with.
Yeah, they're gonna go crazy.
This is gonna be such a good 10 years.
I'm
so
I think
excited.
like probably the IP I'm most interested with is Zelda. Like, what are they gonna do with 3D
Where
Zelda?
Where do you go from there?
I don't know. Like, I mean, they're gonna do open Zelda again. Obviously, they're gonna do open world.
Imagine Wind Waker 2.
Oh,
but like
that would be sick.
But it like looks like the water graphics from Sea of Thieves.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
What if they go to like space or something? Just do something really
Space
extravagant.
Zelda?
Yeah,
That'd be interesting. I don't know where you go from Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. I mean, it's literally at its roots, you know, the Ocarina of Time vision of what Zelda is in an open world. I don't know where you go from there, because deviating from that in the Zelda series, they were all wacky. They were like Wind Waker, even Twilight Princess was, I guess that was like very Hyrule-y. They had like a darker vibe to me. I always saw that game as like a separate, like Black Mirror type Zelda.
Yeah, I mean, it pretty much is.
Yeah, I don't know where you go other than recreating another big Hyrule without like leaving Hyrule and doing something like an ocean game.
They have to completely change like the air. They can't just
Cyberpunk Zelda. You got me thinking about that now.
I feel like that could be really, really cool.
Like a laser master sword.
Why not? Yeah,
that would be really interesting.
Have like an automatic like
rifle,
like no, like a bow and arrow or something. A bow and arrow that just shoots really fast.
Just got an AK-47. No, yeah, that'd be. I don't think people would like a Space Zelda, honestly.
It would be different, though.
I think people would be upset. I would like it.
I would love it.
That would be sick. He gets a
Epona
is a spaceship.
Oh my god!
Like it's a really cool spaceship, but it says Epona on the back.
That would be sick,
right?
Yeah.
What else can we do with Space Zelda?
I just want something different. So like the past 2 years, I was playing through all the Zelda games. I finally finished them. So I'm really tired of Hyrule. I want to see anything
if you played
else
them all
different.
back to back, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But no, I know what you mean. Yeah, they keep going back. It's like Mario always being in the Mushroom
Mario's
Kingdom
the same
and the
thing.
castle. It's like, oh, we could do something different. And I feel like that stick has a little less old with Zelda just because we get less Zeldas.
Yeah,
but you're right.
Exactly.
You know, always having to. They've been mixing up the stories and like saving the princess, but always having to save the princess in Hyrule. It is getting a bit played out.
Just do it once. You know, it doesn't have to be like every game do something different. Just like
I mean, you
one
can
different
revisit
location.
it. You know, you can take a generation off, and the next generation do another reimagining of like the story. You save Zelda and Ganondorf, but yeah, you could definitely. Yeah. I want something like Wind Waker, like maybe not Wind Waker 2, but something that out of the box and different, where it's like.
I would be down with that.
Yeah,
Spirit
really
Tracks
cool.
2.
I hate everything that you just said. I don't like Spirit Tracks.
It's an okay game.
Speaking of Mario and okay games, did you want to talk about Brothership at all?
Sure. I know. I do have to say, I think I did watch your Brothership video. I think it is very, very cool that you got the original.
Logan.
Yes. You got the original IGN review on.
Yeah, he's really
Review
cool.
on, yeah.
Actually, shout out to him. He just got selected as the new host of the IGN's Nintendo Voice Chat podcast.
Oh, that's cool.
So he is actually now the main host of the biggest Nintendo podcast and the one above me. So we are
Wow,
now we were
that's
messaging
cool.
about it yesterday, but we are now rivals. In the Apple charts of podcasts, his is always like 5 or 6, like number 5 or 6. Mine's usually like 15, 20. So now I'm fighting Logan. Friends turned enemies. No, I'm so happy for him. I'm so proud of him. It was really sick. Anyway, continue about my awesome video.
Yeah, no, I thought it was really interesting, like how much you hated the game, and it's weird because I agreed with a lot of what you said,
Yeah.
but also, I still liked it. I don't think it's a great game. It's definitely not a great game. Like, really, the main issue with it is just way too slow paced.
Oh yeah,
Like the pacing, like
Super
I remember
slow.
at the beginning, I'm just like, wow, this game's actually not that great. But the thing is, once you give it time, once you get like 8-10 hours in, which is a long time to
my
play.
God. I hate when people say that.
I
though.
know. I hate that
It
too.
gets good after 10 hours.
I know. Believe, dude, that's why I haven't played like Xenoblade. I
The
don't want to
thing-
play 30
the
hours
thing-
before I get it.
I'm the same way. Was Xenoblade 2.
Yeah.
I agree with you. It does get better after 8 to 10 hours, but then it gets worse.
What? Oh, it does not
at
get
the
worse.
end, the last like 5 to 10 hours. You're telling me it doesn't drag?
That's the best part.
Oh
The last 5 to 10 hours.
Oh my god.
The story once
When
like
you have to revisit places and go back through, that's a bit before the
I
end.
don't. Oh yeah, I'm talking about like the last 3 to 4 hours of the game.
Okay, now it's 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah, like the last little. It's worth it.
I'm not trying to fight you.
I
I'm
know.
not trying to fight you.
I'm passionate about this though.
No, I'm too. Hit me. Keep going.
No, I think it's totally worth sitting through the slog. I think it's probably one of the best stories told
Sitting
in
through
a
the
Mario and
slog.
Luigi game. It's not like the best story ever. When it comes to Mario and Luigi, definitely one of the better ones.
Can you name a character in the game that's not Mario and Luigi or the pig?
Yeah, Connie, Reclusa.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I don't remember the other ones. I'll be honest.
Well, you did way more than I could. All right. To be fair. All right. What about all the dialogue in the game? You didn't find all of it a slog or like boring?
I mean, like the beginning parts were for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
What I will say, I did like a video with Nintendo Land, and we were both trying to figure out what's better, or Origami King or Brothership. And I
Oh,
think
God.
because
the slop of the slop.
I think because the combat is so much more interesting, and I don't want to actually skip it in Brothership. I feel like the game's slightly better because of that, because both of them honestly have pretty solid stories, but
Combat.
I really don't like the combat in Origami King.
Oh,
It's just,
thank you.
it's just kind of
I'm glad we can agree on that.
yeah.
That's the turn dial one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, horrible.
It's fine. It's
No.
just fine, but then it
Stop.
gets so old. It never gets better.
Immediately old. No, I agree. The combat in Brothership is what saves the whole game. And it's interesting because in my video, which is the whole point I was trying to make, they clearly prioritized that combat gameplay, the main development team, while they outsourced a lot of other things like the ship sailing mechanic and the story and all of that while they focused on the combat.
Yeah.
And I think the combat is really good because of that. At the same time, I think the combat is very repetitive and it only seems different because you can add modifiers to it as it goes along,
Yeah.
like modifying effects.
Yeah, adding all the plugs.
Yeah, adding all the plugs. And then it seems different when you do a special because it's a different animation, but ultimately it's just pressing A and B at the same time every time. And it just, I don't know. For me, even though the combat was the part that saved it, the combat also got pretty old pretty quickly.
Yeah, fair enough.
But no, I'm glad you liked it. Now, if the game wasn't if it was exactly the same game, but it wasn't Mario and Luigi like skinned, and it was like I don't know
Just like some random game.
would you have still even considered playing it, and would you still think it was good?
I don't know if I would have played it, but if I were to have played it, I would probably still have the same opinion.
The exact same. Okay.
Yeah.
For me, I feel like maybe the Mario and Luigi of it all.
I also I am so nostalgic too for Mario and Luigi. Like I really like those games. So obviously I have a bias there. And
That's what I was trying to get at, yeah.
Also like the gibberish, Kevin nailed the gibberish in that game.
Now,
It's so endearing. I
he
love the
did,
gibberish.
but I got annoyed that it was the same gibberish every time.
No, there's like I don't know, 6 or 7 for both of them. It wasn't a lot, but I love the gibberish.
I felt like every time Mario said something, it was always the same, like, Every time I was like, is he just saying the same thing over and over?
He would usually say specific ones during certain parts of the story, whether things get like heated up or if he's like agreeing with someone, then he would say the same one.
I got sick of, especially in the start, him screaming Luigi or whatever. Like he said Luigi like 100 times at the start. Okay, all right. So what would you rate it out of 10?
I mean, I don't really do number grades, but if I had to give one, it's like a 7, a low 7 for me.
Okay. That's fine. I'll agree with that. Honestly, if I was to review it uncritically, I would probably go like low 7 as well. I think initially when I was planning on doing the video, I was like, I'd probably give this game a low 7, a high 6. But then I gave it a 5 at the end of the video because it was too iconic to just match IGN's score.
Yeah.
But I will give you a high 6, a low 7.
That was the interesting thing, because like honestly, the whole point of the video was to kind of talk about the review at the end, because I feel like a lot of people didn't actually read his review.
Yeah.
So I wanted to play the entire thing first, then read his review.
Yeah.
And honestly, I agreed with so much of what he was saying. I just feel like the number score just felt kind of low based off of what he said. So that's why I don't do like number scores when I'm like talking about something. I'm like, yeah, I'll just say like I liked it. I kind of liked it.
I also don't do number scores too because everyone sees numbers differently. He explained it to me, and I don't know if this made it in the edit. I think it did. But IGN's scoring system, every number is tied to like a phrase, and number 5's phrase, I suppose, is mediocre. And he found the game mediocre, so he gave it a 5. So it's a bit of a weird way of scoring it. I suppose, in that sense.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what a 6 is called. 7 is good. So in his brain, and this is IGN scoring, 7 is good. So I think in his brain, he's like, well, it's not good, and it probably isn't whatever 6 is. It's probably mediocre, which is a 5.
If I had to phrase it that way, I would probably put it a 6. I don't know if I would maybe say a 7. It just kind of...
We could meet in the middle.
Yeah, 6.5.
Something like that. 6.5. No, I think I was definitely more harsh to it too because it's a Nintendo game and it's Mario and Luigi. They have all the money and all the budget in the world, and they've made so many of these games over the years. And it released in the same year as a remaster of Thousand Year Door, which is one of the best RPGs of all time. With
that was
such
amazing.
Incredible writing, and that was a GameCube game. So I can't help but be harsher on Brothership because I'm like, you released in 2024. You have a history of RPGs not only in Mario's catalog, but in the world's catalog, and this is the best you could do. Like,
and the thing is, they also did Mario RPG like a few months before that. It might have just been fatigue.
That's what I don't understand. It's like you are Nintendo, you are Mario. You're trying to salvage this Mario and Luigi lineage because they went bankrupt doing like mediocre games. It's like, this is what you're delivering, like something that's it's kind of in line with what you used to. I don't know. I just expected a little more, I suppose.
I really think again the main issue was just the pacing. The pacing was way too. It was way too slow.
Yeah. I agree. All right. So we have the state of play, and then
I listened to it yesterday. I watched parts of it.
I haven't seen it.
It's got third-party video games in there. It has the Sonic we watched, and I think PlayStation. There's like one PlayStation game. There's a remaster, and then some new IP. That's pretty much it.
I can just bring up the list. We don't have to really dive into it. I mean, feels I got like the Nintendo Bandy with me. I'm not gonna dive into PlayStation. Although I did wear my. I'm wearing a sweater because it's cold down here. Is that
that
blasphemous?
I can't believe you do this.
Well, I knew we had state of play. Monster Hunter Wilds, we already knew about that. Shinobi, Sonic Racing, we talked about. Digimon Story Time with Stranger. Is it another graphic novel or is it gonna be fun?
I was just listening. I just heard the word Digimon. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Digimon is cool, but a lot of the games have been a little bleh.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it. Oh, there he is. It's Agumon.
There's the guy.
The one Digimon character.
Wow, this tells me nothing about the game. Literally nothing.
It sounded interesting, but I didn't watch it, so.
It says RPG with monster taming elements. You will embark. Okay, well, that sounds
good.
It's
an RPG. That's cool.
Okay, I'm down for that.
That'd be a decent game.
More Like a Dragon, Hawaii, which I am actually looking forward to. WWE, Splitgate 2. You know what that game is?
I am not aware of this one. No.
So this is the same. I'm actually excited for this. Wait, no. I was thinking of something else.
Oh.
I was thinking of Split Fiction. Here it is.
Oh, okay.
Split Fiction. You see what I did there? Do you know what Split Fiction is?
No, I don't.
Okay. So it's made by Hazelight Studios, which is the same people that made It Takes Two
Okay.
and No Way Out.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So their whole thing is fun co-op games. You can only play them co-op.
Oh, so this is one of those kinds of games then. Okay, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really fun. So the idea of this one is there's two riders. One is a like a sci-fi rider, and the other one is more like I don't know what you call it, like old like Game of Thronesy.
Okay.
And they work at this place where they can dive into the worlds that they write, and they end up getting like mixed up, and they're stuck in their worlds, but they're split between their two writing styles. So the game is bouncing between sci-fi and then like dragons.
Oh,
yeah,
that sounds pretty neat.
And you play it co-op with a friend. So, but we already knew about that. So, but it's very like couch co-op-y, which I don't know. I love that stuff. Splitgate, Borderlands 4.
Oh, they gave a release date for Borderlands 4. I think it's coming out September.
Okay.
So pretty soon.
I really liked Borderlands 1 and 2.
Yeah, pretty good games.
3 was okay, I thought. Now, is there any hope of this coming to Switch? It doesn't say.
They did not say,
It
but
just
I
says
would not be
Xbox.
surprised if there's a Switch 2 version.
Eventually, right? I mean, they put all the
Yeah.
other ones on there. Warriors, Onimusha, Metal Gear Solid. We know
Oh
about
yeah,
all
Metal
that.
Gear Solid had a teaser for Ape Escape at the end.
For Ape Escape?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
He just kind of like I looked at my TV for like a couple seconds, and then he just kind of showed up. So I have no idea why he was there.
Yeah, it looks like it's here. I don't know if there's audio coming through for everybody, but so it gave a release date.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, that's Bomberman?
Oh, Bomberman. No, it's. I saw Ape Escape, and more. Keep watching it.
That's it.
Oh well, I definitely saw Ape Escape. Maybe it wasn't
What?
after Metal Gear Solid, but I saw it at one point.
Well, what's the Bomberman? I mean, you weren't wrong.
I don't know why. I don't
'cause
know why
what's Bomberman.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Someone in chat's gonna have to let us know about that. That's weird.
He might have showed up somewhere else.
Lies of P Overtorture. So I actually did play this. It's like Elden. It was more like Dark Souls style games.
Okay.
I played this because I was making a video on the Lenovo Legion Go, and I needed a Game Pass game to test on it. So I downloaded this and ended up really liking it. And I guess this is a sequel. But yeah, it's very Dark Souls, but like with a really cool art style. And it's based on Pinocchio.
Off Pinocchio.
Yeah, Lies of P, like is Pinocchio. Like
That's interesting.
He is Pinocchio, I believe.
When I did watch a bit of this, it kind of reminded me of Bayonetta a little bit, with just how
I can see that.
flashy all the attacks are.
Yeah, I can see that. No, I'm actually looking forward to this one a lot. Although, in saying that, I never finished the first one, so I gotta catch up on that. Hell is Us, Metal Eden, Mind's Eye. I don't know what any of this is.
Yeah, I don't remember. I kind of tuned out by the end.
Yeah, I'm not super interested in any of that either. All right, cool.
Yeah, that's the state of play.
Honestly, I was telling you earlier, but the state of play was on, and I was playing Marvel Rivals with my friend Kip, and I just didn't care. I had no interest. I
wasn't really. I was just doing legs for exercise. That's it. And I was
You doing what?
I was doing leg. Like it was a leg day.
Like leg day?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How often do you work out?
Like 3 times a week.
Oh.
So believe it or not, I used to be in really, really good. Like currently, Currently, I'm overweight, but I used to be in really good shape like 4 years ago.
I guess technically by definition you might be, but
I am. I'm like in the 190s. I should be like 170.
You don't look overweight.
Oh well, thank
but
you.
I understand what you mean.
Yeah.
I was technically, before I started my fitness workout regime like a year and a half ago or something, I was technically overweight.
Oh really?
And
yeah.
But like I don't know. I don't.
Yeah,
think,
I guess it
I don't
doesn't
think you
really
or I looked overweight at that time.
Yeah, on it, like the main difference is my face looks a little bit rounder. So when I get back down to the 170s, you'll notice my face is a little.
How long have you been doing this for?
I mean like a month. So it hasn't been very long. But there was a period of time where I was like in really, really good shape. I was working out like 5 days a week.
Wow.
But I fell off of that after like a year and a half or something. Things just got really busy with work.
No, I know what you mean. recently fallen off. I was doing really good, and then all this baby stuff and just the stress around all of it.
Man, it's gonna be so hard.
I've been like sleeping way less and having like weird dreams. I dreamt.
Oh, dude, wait till you actually have a kid. Oh my
I
gosh.
know.
It's gonna be crazy.
I was telling Kim last night. I dreamed that the baby was here and that I was taking care of him, and he was like crawling around. We're having a great time. He was so sweet. It was very sweet. And then he crawled off, and I lost him.
Oh no!
And I couldn't find him, and I was looking through every room of the house, and I couldn't find my baby, and I was like, "Oh my god, Kim's gonna kill me!" And then she came home, and we were looking for it. And anyway, I woke up. I told Kim, "I'm like, I just dreamt that I lost our baby," and she goes, "That's actually one of the most common pregnancy dreams. Is that you lose your baby? Like you put it down somewhere, and then you can't find it.
You're sharing her energy."
I guess I had a little pregnancy dream. I had no idea. I can't wait till that little guy is here, though.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you for saying that. Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, happy Valentine's Day.
All right, so before we went live, I figured, just in case we run out of things to talk about, not that I think we have, I'm just justifying the use of ChatGPT. I went into ChatGPT and I was like, hey, could you, I even put in our names. I was like, I'm having Woodhawker from Beatemups and Nathaniel Bandy are doing an episode of a podcast. Can you get some thought-provoking questions about Switch and Mario Kart for them? And it did it. I don't know if you know this,
hilarious.
but ChatGPT knows who we are.
I don't really use it, so I didn't
I've
know.
asked it before, like, do you know who like Woodhawker is, or like ask me a question about Woodhawker or something, and it knows who I am and the things that I like.
But I do have someone made an AI voice bot for me, like a year ago.
AI's getting out of control. My friend Ham he usually works here. He does live streams where he's got his voice set up through AI. And his chat can donate in his voice and make him say things, and it sounds exactly like he's talking.
That's pretty nuts.
I know AI is actually getting really scary.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. They're gonna have to pass laws eventually to.
I know. Well, there's laws already that for like movies and stuff that if someone creates an AI for a movie, it's their AI. If they like prompted it, it's theirs, and then no one else can use that specific thing that they've
version
created.
Yep. Could you make a different version though?
I don't know how well that works. It is weird though. I saw on Twitter yesterday, I loaded up and there was Hollywood is gonna get scary or something was the title, and it was just 2 minutes of footage that was AI, and honestly, pretty hard to tell. Like if I wasn't paying attention, and it was like scenes from war, random like driving, and I honestly was having a hard time.
It is getting so
and there was like a couple little things maybe, but the funny thing is, and this is what everyone says, when you see that AI, it's the worst it's ever gonna be. That's what everyone says, because AI is rapidly moving. So next time you see one of these, like this is Hollywood and whatever, like 6 months from now, it's gonna look better. A year from now, better again, and it's gonna get to a point where
it'll be unrecognizable.
I've had this theory for a long time that eventually there's going to be. I've had this theory for like 10 years.
We won't have to make videos anymore.
That's what I was going to say. There's going to be AI YouTubers. And the thing is...
Well, that already exists. There's a couple of like AI VTubers that are already out there. You ever heard of
VTubers and like an actual indistinguishable real life AI?
Yeah, but it's built through AI still.
Does it look real?
No. Well, it's still like an anime character. But I guess I guess the point is like it kind of already exists to some extent.
Well, at some point there's going to be a YouTuber that uploads videos like instantly, like they create and upload them instantly, probably controlled by Google and YouTube, and it's going to be indistinguishable from a human. And the thing that sucks is we're training it right now by doing videos.
No, like you can turn it off. You can turn it off.
It doesn't matter. I'm telling you now, they're using it.
Yeah,
it's all the internet. Like it's the same with like ChatGPT. Like how do I turn off ChatGPT knowing who I am?
I mean, you can't do that. Yeah, fair enough.
I understand what you're saying, and I understand that there's maybe some ethics there that YouTube does follow, but as a whole, any video, any media, anything is always training AI.
I will say this one positive about all this is that everyone hates it. Like literally everyone hates it.
Yeah, so for now. But do you think my son's gonna hate it? He's not gonna care.
He might. You never know.
I don't think he's gonna care. I think he's gonna know any different.
It might depend on the medium. Like there's some mediums where, like I would say, like B-roll as an example. So like Storyblocks is it's a service I use to gather B-roll sometimes. They might not need to exist anymore 10, 15 years from now when you can just do an AI video prompt. So a service like that, I could see AI completely taking over. But for what we do, people might still want to actually watch human beings. So we might still be okay because I don't see people wanting to only watch AI. It would just be very impersonal, I think.
I think we will feel that way. I honestly think kids just aren't going to know a difference.
Maybe kids, but like once they get older. So I mean, who knows how it's going to go?
Older, okay,
we'll see.
I mean, I think we're old. We're going to be old fuddy-duddies, and then eventually the world's going to take over, and we're all going to die, and everything's going to be AI. But then at that point, what do we care?
What does it matter?
We're already gone.
Yeah.
You know what sucks is there's a real possibility that one day Nintendo will release a console that we'll be dead for, just because we're too old. I'm not saying we're going to die tomorrow, but after we're like 80.
I mean, at that point, we probably won't care that much.
I think I'll care.
Really? When you're 80 years old?
Will I like games when I'm 80?
Well, I think I'll like
games when I'm 80.
But yeah, maybe. I mean, who knows?
I think I'll have FOMO.
Can we still actually use our hands by the time we're 80? We might have like really crippled carpal
Will we
tunnel.
even be playing games with hands at that point?
True.
I mean,
it's all just mind.
It could be mind. It could be just using hands like without a controller.
That's a good point.
It could be anything. By that point, it could be anything.
Yeah.
At that point, games probably will be indistinguishable from real life too, because they probably just all be
getting
AI.
pretty close to that already.
Yeah.
Pretty close to real life.
Well, I mean, even like AI, I think at some point will just be video games in real time.
Yeah, maybe.
What are we doing? What are we talking about here?
We're talking about AI.
Such a tangent.
The fun of AI.
Mario Kart Royale. This was one from ChatGPT. What if Mario Kart had a battle royale mode where 100 races start and the last one standing wins? Honestly, that could be that. That could be that big map mode.
Maybe I could see that.
What if the last one run out of gas?
Oh yeah, I could definitely.
And then that little pit stop
too.
was like a gas pit stop kind of.
Yeah,
thing.
it just like refills your tank.
And maybe you need money that you collect from coins while you're racing. If you run out of money, you run out of gas. That could be interesting. Or like in a more chaotic way where like you have like a certain amount of health.
I mean, it's kind of surprising they never came out with a 99 version of Mario Kart anyway.
Maybe that's what that is.
Yeah, that could be what we saw.
Yeah. I want to read what ChatGPT. This is so interesting. Crossover chaos.
Crossover chaos.
If Nintendo fully embraced crossovers, what's the most ridiculous non-Nintendo character that could be added? Master Chief, Sonic. That's not even that crazy. Kratos.
I could almost see Sonic happening. Like it's a surprise.
I could see Master Chief happening just because of Xbox.
Master Chief would be so. Like, sure, I could see, like, yeah, we'll probably could get, like, all the Halo games on Switch, too, but, like, Master Chief and Mario Kart, that would just be... I don't know if they would actually do that, because they want to keep the game rated E.
Yeah, I know, true. It's funny to me how iconic Master Chief is as a character and brand when Xbox just can't get the games right.
Yeah, I mean, they're barely releasing them at this point.
I know. Oh, this one I thought was interesting. Track builder mode. Should Mario Kart take inspiration from Super Mario Maker and let players design their own crazy courses?
I think the courses are too complicated for that to work. They would have to be really basic courses. So I don't just...
Unless
it would be cool.
Unless you only like place the actual roads and then you just pick a pre-generated like art style and then it just fills in the gaps on its own kind of thing. Yeah,
that would be the only way they could do it, which I guess that would probably work.
You could place like tracks, jumps, items, coins, some hazards.
That's interesting because it's the same thing with like Super Mario Maker 3D. People are thinking, oh, we'll get a 3D version. I almost wonder if it'd be too confusing for the average person to build a level in a 3D space. Like 2D is one thing. You're just like tapping blocks and a couple other things. You made a 2D level, but 3D that's complicated. It's completely different. So it might be too complicated, but it would be really interesting to see still.
A story mode with F-Zero ties? What does that mean? Unlocking classic characters and even revealing a connection to the F-Zero universe? Wow, ChatGPT's out of control here. Dynamic race tracks. Imagine courses that change in real time. A Bowser's Castle track where the lava rises up and isn't that like...
That's like the Sonic Racer game.
Well, also just normal.
Yeah,
just
yeah, exactly.
Lava rising up. Mushroom Kingdom that turns into an open world city race halfway through. Okay, well, that sounds sick. Kart combat mode. What if Mario Kart leaned into vehicle...
I mean, that...
vehicular combat with destructible... I give up. You read it.
With destructible carts, power-ups that permanently alter tracks in a campaign where you battle bosses like a giant Bowser tank. A Bowser tank.
Oh, you mentioned in your video racing against bosses.
Yeah, they
had
bosses in Mario Kart DS.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Like, what if in that would make that big track fun. So that big open track with 24. What if there was like a giant Bowser and he was throwing out massive shells and massive bombs back, and it was like whoever could survive and try and catch up to him.
Yeah,
that would be sick.
That would be really cool. I mean, honestly, for anyone that doesn't remember, the boss battles were actually pretty extravagant for the DS. Like you would fight. Remember the IROC hand boss from Mario 64, the two little the desert hands. You would actually fight them. You had to throw green shells at their eyes to hit them. That was the boss.
That's cool.
And then there was like bully fights. You had to literally knock the bullies into either lava or like ice water. So they could even do like stuff like that. It doesn't even have to just be racing.
They could do so many things.
Yeah. I mean, with items, there's honestly a lot of potential.
A playable Bowser's airship. Some characters rode vehicles like Bowser's airship. I always thought it would kind of feel like you're copying from the transformed Sonic game. Well, I guess they already do that where they fly and stuff. I guess, well, they already do that.
It would be similar.
Yeah. All right. Cool. What time are we at?
4:09. So I guess
I think we did the hour.
5, hour 6. Yeah.
We can maybe take. Oh, we never did. I had it all. I lined it all up. The sponsor spot.
Oh crap!
I lined it all up. You want to do it?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
This will be fun, actually. All right. So I'm actually gonna unreveal something right now.
Ooh.
So at the start of the year, I told you guys I had Eric working on new music for the show, and there's a couple different things he's working on, and one is finished, and the one that's finished is sponsor music. So I wanted every time we do a sponsor read to have a bed of music that I could play. And now I asked him, I'll give you some lore here. For the actual main theme tune, which is this, I told him to take like Mario Bowser's Fury 3D World vibes and turn it into a theme song. For this, I said, can you take the Wii Shop vibes and turn it into a theme song? So I present to you the Nontendo Shop channel theme. I'm going to let it hit.
This is so cute. You know what this reminds me of? It's like playing a mini game in Monkey Ball 1 or 2. That's what the kind of music sounds like.
It's this, and also like, I can see it on a Mario Kart track.
Yeah.
Like a chill one. Almost like
or you're in the options menu in Mario Kart.
It's so good. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna let it stop, and then I'm gonna hit it again, and we're gonna roll into a sponsor spot. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. I don't even know what we're gonna do, what we're gonna say here. Why does it not? Since it updated, it's not restarting the song.
That's weird.
It's just playing. It used to restart. Like that one restarts. That one's picking up where it left off.
Doesn't make any sense.
Why is that? That's so annoying. Well, I can't get the start of the song, but. All right, this episode of the podcast is brought to you by Gamersubs. And believe it or not, you can use code Nontendo or code Bandy10 for 10% off. That's right. It's a joint partnership. I actually realized as we were going live that we're both partnered with Gamersubs, and I thought, wouldn't it be fun? I was going to surprise you with it, but then I thought it'd be weird. I don't want to do a sponsor while you're here.
That would have been hilarious.
And
like, oh wait a minute, hold on, there's my code.
Yeah, and then I was like, I'll just tell you what I was gonna do. So if you want to go to Gamersubs.com, I want to hear your pitch for this. If you want to go to Gamersubs.com or whatever the website is, use code Bandy10 on Nontendo, get 10% off. This stuff is delicious, guys. 100 servings for about $30-ish. What is that?
That's
a money.
That's a lot.
That's a money amount. If you go to the store and buy like a bottle of soda, that's like $3.
It's just a waste of money, and this is way healthier on top of that.
Oh, 0 calories, 0 sugar.
0 sugar.
And you can get caffeinated and uncaffeinated.
That's right. Yep.
Can you believe it? What else?
I can believe it now. You got a ton of different flavors. It tastes fantastic. Now, it doesn't have that like chalky feel to it, like a lot of these kinds of products have. Which I really like.
Yeah, that was actually the first thing I noticed because I used to work with a competitor. How do I make this start again?
Hit the blue button again.
It has a lot. I think it's still ending. Wait, we can't do the sponsor without it. Dead air. Literally dead air. Say nothing. All right, here we go.
Okay.
And we get the actual start of the song now too because it has like this interlude and then it hits if you're ready.
I'm ready.
Dude,
There
it's
we
so
go.
good. Anyway, sorry. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. I used to work with a competitor brand, and the scoops were like these massive scoops. And I asked GamerSubs when I started working with them, how come your scoops are so small? And they literally said, we just don't put filler chalk in it. Because that's all it is. It's filler chalk. So that's why it tastes so thick and like gross. Where this is light, airy, breezy, beautiful cover girl. This is acid rain flavor, which I think is like a peach flavor or something. Very good. This is Nile Nectar. I have not tried that one yet, but I'm assuming... I haven't tried
that either. I've only had a few of the... I really liked the... there's like a green apple flavor or something that was really tasty.
Mine's black cherry.
Ooh,
black cherry
I gotta
is
try
so
that.
good.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So yeah, go to GamerSubs. You can also get shaker cups. You can't get these ones anymore, but these are actual GamerSubs shaker cups.
Oh, that's cool.
I know.
Got beat 'em up
See,
cups.
these are sick. When you fill them up, the Joy-Cons will change to the color of whatever drink you put in.
Really? That's
How smart is
awesome.
that?
That is amazing.
You can't buy it anymore though. But you can go and use code BANDY10 or Nontendo to get 10%
right.
off. We don't care whose you use.
You use both of them.
Use both at once.
Yeah.
Buy 2 separate purchases. Thank
Why
you so
not?
much to GamerSubs. How cool is that track? I can't wait
chill.
to use that.
I
more.
love that. It's a very chill track.
All right, cool. I think we're done. I think we can. We got a bonus episode to do.
We do.
So for all of you watching that are Patreons, you're gonna get a 30-minute bonus episode with these two guys. If you're not a Patreon, there's links down below, and you can join. You get 130 bonus episodes right now for the low price of $5. Thank you so much for joining me.
Well, thank you once again for the invite.
No, this is really cool. And you said the drive wasn't that far either for you,
wasn't
technically.
too bad. Yeah.
So, I mean, if you had fun and you want to come back,
I would love to.
we do it here every
love
week.
to, yeah.
So as long as people want you back, and I can't imagine why they wouldn't.
I'm just that great.
Oh, you know what's funny? Actually, there was one other thing I was going to show you. I meant to pull a screenshot of it.
Oh, okay.
I was looking down your content.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I will admit.
Wait. Let me say it.
Okay. Go
Let
ahead.
me say. I want to find the. Hold on. Let me get the thumbnail for it first. Wait, I feel bad now. It's going to be dead air while I'm trying to find the thumbnail. What's an easy way of finding a thumbnail?
Just go to my channel and then you can
Oh, that's
scroll
a
through
good point.
videos. Oh yeah, I will admit I like completely copied your thumbnail for that. I'm just like, well, here's the thing. Like at the time, like 2024 was a rough year for Nintendo creators.
You don't
and I'm
need to
just
give
like,
me any excuses.
I know. I'm just explaining myself.
Yeah, please do.
Like basically, I'm just like, wow, this one video is actually doing well. I guess I could make something similar to that.
This one video, what are you trying to say about my content?
No, like there is not a lot of videos that were like really, really taking off in the Nintendo space. So like,
No, there
oh,
wasn't.
okay.
That video did do very well.
It
for
did
me.
really well.
Yeah.
I'm just like, all right, yeah. And plus, I did really like the video a lot as well. I'm like, well,
It
you
wa-
know what
I-
else kind of sucks? The
To be honest, I had a lot to say, and it was a fun video to make. Okay,
Yeah.
so I made this video here, this Hey Nintendo, the eShop sucks,
Yeah.
with me pointing at the Nintendo eShop off to the side. Now, when I was getting ready to do this podcast with you, I was like, oh, I should catch up on some of your recent videos. And I was scrolling down to see what would pique my interest. And I saw, Hey Nintendo, the Switch Online app sucks. And I was like, wait a second, that title sounds very familiar. And then I looked at the thumbnail and I was like, wait a second, that thumbnail looks very familiar.
yeah, I straight
And
up just copied it.
It's funny because I didn't care. And actually, I always consider this to be, what's the word I'm looking for?
Flattering.
Flattering, yeah. I mean, imitation is flattering, but also
It is, yeah.
the fact that you like noticed something was doing well and you were like, I want to recreate that. But it's so funny because I was like, this son of a gun. I had no idea that not only did he do this, but that he actually watched my content like that. I didn't know you watched my content at all, really.
I keep up. You'd be surprised. I keep up with a lot of different creators. I guess I'm more reserved, so a lot of people don't really realize what I actually like watch.
Yeah, I mean, I had no idea. I mean, we
yeah.
barely talked. But as soon as I clicked on it, I saw that you gave me a shout out in the video.
Oh yeah,
shout
of
out.
course.
And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that we're all good.
So
baby.
even like the so the marathon videos that have been doing pretty well on the channel, that was inspired by this guy Yako CMN. But what he did was he basically tried to beat all the 3D Sonic games in 1 week. I'm just like, it was an incredible video. I absolutely love it. I'm like, well, I could do that for like Mario. So I did 3D Mario and I tried to 100% the game instead of just beat them in a week. And thumbnail was a little inspired. It kind of was to an extent, but yeah, I gave him a shout out immediately as well. Because I feel like if you're going to blatantly take an idea from someone, you really should give at least like, hey, this is a shout out for like the inspiration.
No, I appreciated it because you didn't even have to. So I really appreciated
I
that
don't know.
you did.
I just feel like I got to do it.
I just thought it was funny. I was like, that's mine.
Yeah,
I recognize
it is.
that.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I mean, we all take inspiration from somewhere. I really do have I'm looking at my channel now to see what I've stolen, but I really do have my own style that I've been doing for a long time. And I very rarely take anyone else's like title or thumbnails. I have done it. I'm not saying I haven't done it. But the actual videos themselves, I very often will get inspired by another creator and essentially do what they're doing, but put my own spin on it. I mean, my initial Cyberpunk review, where I was sat on a green screen for forever, it was inspired by Nakey Jakey. It was his style, and I felt like it was such a blatant copy that I sat on an exercise ball at the end of the video to give him a shout out, to thank him, and I ended up cutting it out of the video because I was so paranoid that people would think I was copying him. I was like, well, if I put in a shout out to him, people are going to know that or at least think that I copied him. And I felt like it would devalue all the work that I put in, so I cut it out, which is so silly because looking back on it now, I should have just thanked him.
Yeah, I mean, most people don't care. Like, sure.
End of the day, it's just me on a green screen.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't own on a green screen.
No, not at all.
But that's where I got it from.
It's like if you record a video on a carpet, like Scott doesn't own that brand. It's just a lot of people watch him talking about games pointed at a carpet.
Have you seen how he does that?
I have seen it. It is I can't believe how complicated the setup is.
I know.
It's so complex.
I think he's posted about it. But the carpet, it's like a cutout of carpet on like a table that he films top down on. So it's not. It is carpet, but
I love that he's just actually just sitting at a table, but he's not.
I know.
It's so silly.
I love Scott.
No, he's great.
Yeah, he's a good guy. All right, what are we doing?
I guess we could end it here.
Let's get out of here. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening, watching, being a part of this episode. That's supposed to be a Patreon scroll.
Where is it?
There we go. I don't know why. Oh, it's so laggy.
Oh, well, we can read them still.
It is so laggy. That's not... There we go.
Oh.
I don't know what's happening.
It just took a second.
This is actually an updated Patreon scroll. This is all the current VIP Patreons. Thank you so much. I'm sorry that I'm so bad about updating that, but I got you. We'll see all of you and everybody else in the Patreon episode. Wherever you're listening, watching, like, comment, subscribe, all of that. But make sure to check out Nathaniel Bandy's channel. Really great content. And if you like this kind of stuff I've been doing on my main channel, you're going to love everything that he's doing. And I really appreciate you joining me for Valentine's Day. Oh my God, happy Valentine's Day. Oh my God, I couldn't have asked for a better Valentine. Well, my pregnant wife is upstairs. All right, guys, we'll see you very soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.